The UNESCO chair was created in the aftermath of the 2009 UNESCO World Conference on Higher Education, and they were looking for a chair that would focus on community university engagement and social responsibility in higher education. And they had heard about the work that I was doing based at the University of Victoria, and that Rajesh, my colleague and friend, was doing at an NGO base in India. So we put together a joint proposal. One, we said we don't want one chair. Well, we want one chair, but we want it to be split into two pieces. One piece that would be led by Rajesh from his Global South NGO position, and the other from myself in a university in the north. The study that we're just delighted to have published. This is a study which has looked at the structures, the organizational structures that have been put in place in the universities and higher education institutions and in NGOs or civil society organizations around the world, with the idea of supporting or facilitating respectful and effective community-based research partnerships, or supporting what some people call the co-construction of knowledge.
One of the major interesting findings of the study is that most higher education institutions and civil society organizations' primary motivations for engaging in research partnerships is for the co-creation of new knowledge. That being said, we found that it's actually quite difficult when on the ground to realize that vision. And there needs to be a lot of capacity and even just change of culture in how these different institutions are interacting and collaborating together to have mutuality and equitable partnerships.
What we have been able to show, and we document this, we provide evidence, is that higher education institutions, funding agencies, policymakers are paying attention to this notion of engaged scholarship, to co-creation of knowledge. So it's a strong trend. It's a trend that is growing and not shrinking. And it's important to be able to document that. Secondly, what we've got are examples of how to do this in a lot of different settings. Now, everybody will have their own context, but if you're wanting to get something started, you're going to want to look at what other people are doing. And here in this one book, we've got a lot of stories about some interesting work that people have done. We're going to have to, as a global movement, we're going to have to find ways to strengthen the capacity, of these organizations at the, community-based organizations, in order that they can be, equal partners, with academic institutions.